Hello.
Fari, how you doing?
I'm good, Dennis.
What's
Yeah,
going on?
Joel?
we got you
Good
live.
morning, Joel. How are you?
We're doing good. We got you live on the air today. So, Fari, we had a.
Pleasure to be with you.
Oh, okay. You sound a little subdued today. Were you up late last night?
No, no, no. Just looking at things. I have also every other Wednesday. I have an interview at 6, so it's been a little bit long day, and I had a call overnight on Skype. So, but I'm getting alert. The word of the day is Twitter. It's over 40.
Yeah.
Barclay's pushing it up here over 40. You still playing this from the long side with your calls there, Fari?
I haven't. There were September color spreads, and at one point I said, and also July. Yeah, July and September. At one point I said, I need to ask Jesus to come and help me.
You need to pray.
What did the
Pray
VCs
trade.
were doing in 2008? Come meet Jesus meetings. That kind of stuff. I said, what? How is this going to come back? But lo and behold, the September is looking pretty. It's up 7%, and the July is break even. Now they were staggered. They were not same strikes, obviously. So, but no, it's been a crazy market. I was hearing to live it earlier portion of the pre-market. I agree with both of you. This market is not an easy trading market right now.
It's difficult to call here. It's a real battleground between the Bulls and the Bears right now. Obviously, the Bears think they got a little bit of food to chew on from the little bit of weakness we saw in the last few days, but we did bounce back a bit here yesterday. Who do you think is going to win this battle there, Fari? I mean, the Bulls seem like they always win, but is this going to be different this time?
Probably not, but let's see how the chips fall. We have some exogenous geopolitical events, both in Syria and Iraq and Ukraine, and what the other thing is Libya. We're not even talking about Libya out there on mainstream media. That could push it to be different. But other than that, short of those, you got Auntie Jeanette Yellen put in play. We got pushed around on Tuesday, and why? We made a new high, a contract high, and there was very, very little momo there, no energy to go up, and gave an excuse for a bunch of people to sell. And then, of course, CNBC had screens from Iraq on the TV, and boom. Just like, remember 2 years ago when they put the pictures of downtown Athens on? All of a sudden the market sold heavy. It happens and the next day comes back or stabilizes. I see a lot of frustrated shorts out there. I'm not sure it's easy to be long either. We've been trading it in the chat room on the long side, but we have bought some protection to the downside. We have some negative delta out there just to be safe. On the future side, we have no choice but to trade to the upside until it really turns around and gives us a trend. On the timer digest as a bias, I've still kept my shorts. I was looking for day 2 movement, continuation of Tuesday yesterday, as Dennis just mentioned. Obviously, we didn't get it. I think yesterday we had some pressure on Boeing because of Import-Export Bank. Yeah, that would pressure Boeing sales because they get a lot of financing through that. Actually, I think probably Boeing is the biggest beneficiary of Import-Export Bank.
Joel was making a bear case for Apple here, Fari. What are your thoughts on Apple? I mean, we've got this kind of head and shoulders pattern forming. My one concern is that this pattern looks very, very obvious. And I always say when the pattern is very obvious, sometimes it does the opposite. What's your thoughts here on Apple?
What's the time frame? What's our
looking at the dailies? So looking at the dailies, we're looking at this left shoulder forming in late May, the head up at 95.
No. I'm saying no. What's the investment period or trading period? Is he looking at for a daily? Or is he looking for a whole couple of weeks? Because we have
weeks. I think you're looking at a couple of weeks, aren't you, Joel?
Yeah. Yep.
A couple of weeks. I would not be too scared about having some puts on, okay, or being. I mean, I don't know if you want to short the stock, but let's say you have a put spread on, so that way you have that's your proxy to be short, but you have earnings coming, and if anything, if you look at the undercurrents, these guys have been executing. Okay, so I would go flat right before the earning.
Yeah.
If you take a put position here.
We've almost got a month before the earnings, though, yet, don't we? 3 weeks, I think, 3.5 weeks, because it would be like late.
Well, I think they report third week of July.
Third week of July, so you got about 3.5.
Yeah, so we have 3 weeks from now almost, because we're almost at the end here. I mean, Monday, it's it. It's end of quarter. The bigger havoc that Apple is their options. Have you guys seen what is happening with the options?
No, what's happened, Fari?
Well, they are listing full integers options starting July 25th weeklies. Okay, and the existing options, pre-split, they'll have all kinds of odd strikes, like 74-13, because that's a 7-to-1 ratio was. Okay,
right.
And they had the full integers divided by 7, right? And so now you also have to watch those strikes at the bottom. I mean, as you get higher, I think over 95, they're beginning to list full strikes. So if you try to open up an option chain for Apple, it'll explode on your screen. How many items are out there? And this is just their full price. You remember they have a 1/10, I think, like an E-mini, a small version of it on Cibo also. It is massive. For example, we use on Apple and Google, we have put-call ratios. We try to watch the market based on the sentiment on the option side. We're running out of space in terms of number of symbols we can track to really put a good arm around Apple. Google is easier. Google's split was 2-to-1. This 7-to-1 is and it's going to take us until I think November for it to cycle itself out. So it's wild.
Let's stick on the Google for a second here, Fari. We've got Barclays coming out. They're initiating this with an overweight, a price target of $6.50 here this morning. The stock is up another $3 in the pre-market here. If you're looking at the Goog, which one do you look at, the Goog or the Google?
Google, like? Google, because that's the voting. The Class A voting shares, yeah.
And it's been moving, closed up near its highs there yesterday. It's been kind of on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-day tear here, really, of higher highs and higher lows. Do you think that trend continues?
Sure. Target is 614.
That's your target, 614?
Yeah, the all-time high.
Are you in
challenge
it?
That is it. Remember, earnings are coming. And this is like a magnet up there. Right now, we're already at 3 sigma almost. Okay, as of last night, we're up, as you said, $3 already. So we're over 3 sigma. We're gonna pull back a little bit, readjust, get back in the channel, and move up. And target is 614.
Are you in it right now via options?
No. I as a matter of fact, this morning in my first interview this morning, I said this one stock we missed, in the sense that we're in 12 positions already. Is it right? I'm sorry. No, we're in 17 positions. I'm sorry. We're in 17 positions. That's a lot to manage.
What do you like right now? Like, just for traders who want to just follow the Fari, which one did you put on recently, and what do you like right now?
We put some actually IBD from IBD scans. We took the IBD data from the growth stocks in the right sectors. We put them in Excel, added e-signal to it to get live price, and then added my own additional data I need. Sat down an intern and I said, go and look this up, go and look that up, go across different things that we need. Look at our trade station, look at Yahoo Finance, look up these, fill up the the Excel sheet for me. It's done on Sundays. Monday morning I'll look at them. It's run for the week. I'll share with you a couple of trades. SWKS.
SWKS.
What symbol?
It's semiconductor manufacturing, mainly in analog area, not digital. Okay? The growth has been very nice. UBNT, that's a network. Not ubiquitous, but let's have it like that. Networks.
Ubiquity.
We just took some September call spreads on them. You know what? It is a tough index trading market, because the big names, they all move together up and down with their index, right?
Yeah.
Because of zero, zero arbitrage rule. So especially if you were so efficient. So now you got to hide in names that are decoupled from the market. That is, let's say 500 million to a $10 billion market cap that are growth companies. That means that their stock is on a different trend, decoupled from the general market. I'll be scared here with the summertime. Try to get long up here on a stock and wait for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, let's say 3 to 8 weeks window. More than 2 weeks, less than 3 months that window, because predictability is low. You see my point? A lot could happen here, and so I'm going to where they could be affected if market retreats, but internally less. Why? Because their story is different.
Fari, Johnny Spangler here has a specific setup that he wants to just get your opinion on, and this is in CBI, I believe that's Chicago Bridge and Iron, and I'll give you a second to pull up that chart, and I will pull it up.
Let me bring it up.
Okay.
CBI. Okay, sure. That's Charlie Bravo India.
That's been killed.
Yeah, and what Johnny's done here,
Whoa.
he's had a short.
As we say in Korean, what happened? Holy macro.
Let's go to the trusty Benzinga Pro.
Yeah,
well,
Dennis, look up the news here. But so he's got a short put spread below 60 and a call spread above 70 to take down the high premiums, build bridge to profit. So short put spread below 60 and a call spread above 70. And what do you think about that?
Okay, here's what I see on the daily chart.
Okay.
It is in the channel. I think the put side has got a better chance. It came down, hit 3 sigma, and pulled up what we call LBR flag pattern. That's Linda Bradford Rashke's flag pattern. We're in the process of building that. That means we have at least one more leg down, at least. I mean, we're just beginning with leg 2. So, and we should go and meet and challenge the negative 3 sigma. That puts us around 57.
Ooh.
So the way this channel is, I'm not saying we will go there, but I'm saying high probability. There's a high probability we're going to meet 57. Okay? That's what I see right now. Now, a lot has been sold. A lot has been sold, but it is until it gets out of negative 1 to negative 2 sigma channel. I'll won't have to send you guys a picture or post it on Twitter later on with the hash mark pre-market. Unless it gets out of that channel, okay? And I don't mean violently, but just even gradually, there's a fairly good chance we're going to go down and meet 57.
Wow, that I believe isn't Warren.
Now, on the upside, 78 is a problem. That's 200 bar, and above that, I don't know what his strikes he is in. 78, 79 is going to create a lot of resistance, and actually it starts from 76. So from 76 on, you're going to have a lot of problems. 20, 50, and 200 bar.
Right, all that. Plus, you got all the people caught in. Also,
you want to know what the catalyst was on this? It was initiated with a strong sell by Precinct Point. Acquisition accounting shenanigans, they cite. So accounting issues is what they're citing, dramatically inflating profitability. So when you get an analyst coming out and citing accounting issues, we know that's always a real hard. They take that hard on the stock, and that's really what's really been driving this for the last week and a half.
Well, it looks like the news. I mean, I don't know any data. I'm not looking at news. I'm looking at price and volume. To me, news must have hit on 17th of June.
Isn't Warren big into this
That's the biggest move in volume and also in CI. Yeah,
I thought
that was the strong selling.
To me, that was the day.
Yeah,
is that right?
That was the day.
Wow.
Yeah, and this sort of thing, as we all know, it's the tip of the iceberg. They'll find more stuff. That's why this drip, when it gets to negative 1 to negative 2 sigma, is drip killer. And we just crushes it. If it goes to 3 sigma, that means the sellers they're done. We don't have any more sellers. There's a chance for it to turn around. But right now, we're in the channel. So it's going to be drip, sell. As more people get aware of this and say, why do you want to be in a stock that's got an accounting issue?
Well, right, and then the only thing you're banking on the upside is that they come out. I was just trying. I thought Warren Buffett is in this stock. I'm not. I thought I remember him revealing a position. So we'll have to have someone check on that and see. But really, no sign of going up here. I see. I mentioned. I saw those resistance points that you talked about. But I see a wall at the $72 level because that was a little bit of a pop that it got and put on the brakes at 72.02. So shorter term ahead of that $78 level. So Fari, I
Right.
mean, you had the break and then you had the quick rebound, and basically we're just sitting right in the middle. One thing that I like to keep an eye on, besides the daily highs and lows, is multiple closes at the same level. And the
Uh-huh.
S&P's had an all-time high close at 1953 one day, and then 1953 and a quarter the following day, and then you made that as the high yesterday. Do you put significance on a double or triple close like that, or are you more apt to lean on your sigma levels?
No, I have. Uh, I've not studied that
Okay.
particularly, and especially as you know, you want to have at least 30 sample points to have any statistical validity.
Mm-hmm.
But between sigma collapsing at that time, remember, if you are keeping the same price, what's happening? Volatility is shrinking, right?
Correct.
And what does sigma channels do? They show volatility. So
Okay.
visually, you see that. Okay. If you look at the bars underneath, the actual price bars, it makes sense. Okay, now volatility is dropping because the channels are getting closer to each other. We have a indicator called SCW, sigma channel width. If you look at that, you see that one sinking. Okay, that says basically the momentum is out. There's no energy here. If you're in a position, cover, but maybe possibly be ready for another move coming. Why? Volatility cycles. Volatility before it explodes always shrinks. Okay. Now, that's a measure on volatility. It's not a direction. For direction, we use CI, which is a zero lag, momentum, and trend indicator. With that, you really need to use sigma channels with CI together, because one shows you volatility, the other one shows you direction and Momo. What kind of a push you have. And so up here, if you guys follow Hunter Killer Sub, our market timing Twitter feed, the last 2-3 weekends, I usually post a lot on Saturdays on it with charts. I've been pounding the table, divergences, sell signal by trend chart. Remember, no one chart is going to tell you what to do. Okay, it's a combination. It's preponderance of evidence. It's a combination of different charts looking at the different internals of the market that you get a feel where we are. I've been pounding the table that, hey guys, watch out. There is a very low upside energy here, and we're also getting a lot of divergences. One of these days, these divergences will work.
Yeah, you're
Somehow, these will line up. Somehow, everybody of the big boys, OTFs, the other time frame players, at one point they say, you know what, I'm going to Hamptons. Enough is enough. Summer is here. Sell. Boom. I don't know, reduce 20%, reduce 30%, and then put some hedge on the balance, and I'm going to Hamptons. Somewhere in here, now, is it going to be Putin? I don't know. Remember, markets move, news fits the markets, right? News come and fits the market. Somewhere in here, someday we're going to wake up, and the drop is going to be very different than yesterday, Tuesdays. I just don't know when, but the data shows, the indicators, the internals, and they're usually ahead of price. They are, especially the good ones. We're seeing a lot of divergences. And in the past, we've had it in 2013, we had it in 2012. Either they work themselves out over a period of time, okay, work off the excess, or, like in 2011, they go, oof.
Okay, Fari, one quick question. I want a quick answer. How long have you been trading?
March 9th, 93. I've been trading, investing, silver crash.
Okay. All right.
It's 1980.
We've had
1980.
Fari on the
So
line.
about 4 decades, 3.5 decades.
Fari Hamzei Analytics, who's going to make a special trip to Michigan and be on our show and show us his Sigma channels live within the next couple of weeks.
Ooh,
Fari, thanks for coming on, buddy. Everyone in the chat loves your input.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you next week.